Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Gilded Tarot Royale by Chiro Marchetti, text by Barbara Moore. Websites or social media links, anyway, are here at the bottom. Llewellyn.com is one of them. A couple other ones, I think there's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Feel free to check out whatever you're interested in. Supportive Oracle cards. Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. Hopefully that focuses so you can see the spellings if you're interested. On the back, there's some websites. I notice She Who Is Art. I think that's at the end of the last line there. Feel free to check out whatever's interesting to you, of course. What do we have for Virgo? Those are good cards. Okay, we got some good things coming in here. You got a lot of air coming in. A lot of air. What's going on? Are we good? How far does it have to go? Okay, we're going to put all 78 cards. 78 cards in a tarot deck, right? We're going to put all 78 out. And we're doing it with this one too. We're doing a lot. Okay. Socially, I think over the next 6 to 8 months, average of 6, could be a little less, you're going to have a change socially. Could be connected with family. Could be. Take it with a grain of salt, of course. You've been very careful is what I'm getting socially. I keep getting something about social. Could be social at work. Could be social with family. Could be just social with friends. Whatever social connection you're looking at, you've been very careful. For some of you, I feel like you have children, and you've been very careful socially when it comes to like other people who are connected to your children or something like that. Something that it's connected with, like maybe parents of the children or other children your children hang out with. You've been very careful for whatever reason, just to kind of like back off and just maybe not be any more involved than you need to. Socially, there's been some anxiety. Now, it's a general read, so it's going to depend on your situation, but there's definitely been something that's been upsetting in the past. Something has been upsetting socially in the past, and let me just do the dice. Maybe I can get a little bit more. I know it's a general read. It depends on the person. Things that go fast and then stop, or things that go fast and then fail. Things that you want to stay that don't last. Maybe believing in people that you thought this was a good idea and then they're gone, or you're digging the knife out of your back. Could be a lot of different things. You've had problems socially with something. It relates to this category because this category I'm getting has been quiet for a while. The social connection, the social calendar with this connection has been quiet for a while. Because I see there's been like a block, and it's kind of like I've accepted the block. I haven't fought the block, I haven't tried to change it, but it's just kind of like it's been what it's been. There could be some adversity. There could be adversity if it's a family thing, adversity between family members, and maybe you've stayed out of things or kind of backed off, kind of like, I know this one and that one don't get along, so I just kind of like, if I get invited to something, great, otherwise I just stay away from it, and I just don't put my 2 cents in. Something is coming around though. Socially, it's been quiet for a while, but it's coming forward. There's a lot of social activity coming in. You might have a couple blips of it coming in the next week or two, but this is just like a precursor of where it's going. Like when I say blips, like you may have a social connection with somebody you haven't in a while, and maybe you want to do more stuff with them this coming season or maybe the season after. But it's kind of like, well, we'll see what happens, that type of thing. It's way out there. It's within a week or so, it's a blip. It's kind of like I see them for a little while. Maybe you even see them for like 4 or 5 hours, but it's kind of like a blip it's like a blip. Maybe you're not the only one hanging out. It's a bunch of people. I don't know, I keep getting blip, so we're going to go blip. There's a lot of communication coming forward. Things are changing for somebody else in your social circle. A lot of communication, I get that. Ace of Swords, King of Swords, a lot of communication, other people telling you things. I'm looking over here and I'm noticing this, and it's, no matter what your romantic status is, I get that somebody else is ending up in a relationship. It seems to be very pivotal to this connection, because when this relationship connects in, again, it could be somebody a part of your family, could be a friendship at work, could be just a regular friendship you just know from wherever. Why is there stress with that? Why is there okay, is it stress for you? How does Virgo react to that? Ew. You don't know what to make of it. There's something with this connection that maybe you're not, it's going to take you a minute to make peace with it. I don't know what it is. You got the Justice upside down, in the sense of like, maybe there's a connection with this romance coming in with other people that maybe you don't think it's fair how they're treated, or there's some type of controversy with it. There's some type of conflict with it. I don't think you have a problem with it. But it's kind of like, I don't know what to do with it either. It's kind of like, there's something with injustice here, and you're kind of like, well, that's unexpected. I don't think it's bad in the sense of like, I don't think you're looking at it in a bad way. I don't see it as actually, the energy doesn't feel bad. It may take you a minute to kind of wrap your brain around what's actually going on there. There might be an age gap, or maybe there's some type of other thing where your family doesn't understand the connection, but you're like, maybe you're okay with it, or you're becoming okay with it. That connection is very good, is what I'm getting. Judgment in somebody's favor. I feel like this is a connection you're going to be more social with this couple. At first, I feel like you might be a little apprehensive, because there does seem to be some conflict here. People have an issue. I don't think you do, though. I don't think you do, though, because I'm getting like, I don't think we need to be like that about it, is what I keep feeling. Like, I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I'm also saying I don't think we need to have an issue about it. So this, that, and the other thing, that's their business. Just, nobody asked you to get involved with that part of it. It's their business, not your business. Just let them be. I feel like you're okay with something, but I feel like at first you're kind of more reserved with it. I think you're also realizing that this connection is getting stronger, and that people are kind of ending up on the outside. It might cause a division. It might cause a division. There's a change coming in, and it's kind of like you're either in support of this couple or you're not. I don't think that couple is creating that. I think the people around that are kind of like, some people are like, I'm just not going to put up with that. I just refuse to support that, so I won't be connected with that. So if they're going, I'm not. They might have that attitude. I don't feel that couple has that attitude, though. But I do feel like people, if the couple is there and other people are having issues with them, there are people who will stand up for them, whoever they may be. Because it seems like there's that type of dynamic going here. And it's like holding the line, there is conflict. I keep seeing these cards and I'm like, does it have to be that way? And I keep seeing these cards. They're like, well, we put those cards there for a reason. They're there for a reason. There's conflict around this connection. It's interesting to me that it's around somebody else's romance, because it does very much feel like romance to me. Somebody else is making a connection. It could be some other type of relationship, like maybe a religious relationship, like somebody choosing a religious path, or somebody going into, like, sometimes I've seen this with like people going into the military and people have some issues with that. I have seen that. Or people, there's something going on here where it feels like a relationship. So if it's not a romantic relationship, it's like this person's relationship with something else, which is very defining for their life, if that makes sense. I think you're the one with the confidence. How does Virgo add into this? You're not. I feel like you're not happy with the way that people are acting, and I feel like you have to make your own decision where you're going to stand on this. I see more social activity coming forward, though. So I'm assuming that you're going towards this couple because I see a lot of social activity, and I feel this seems to be really good for you. This energy seems to be very supportive, very honoring, very thankful for your support, very reciprocal, very reciprocal. Like you do for them, they do for you, that type of thing. It seems like it matches up with Virgo in a very positive way. Because something that goes out of balance with the five, like the Hierophant and the dice is out of balance, you seem to put it in balance. You seem to balance it out and try to help people get along, and you're bringing in another era. I feel like you're trying to keep it from like causing major downfall and division. I feel like you're giving people like, a second to kind of like rethink what they're doing, rethink how they're saying things, rethink how they're feeling about things. You seem to go into it kind of like there's certain things you're not going to tolerate, but I feel like there's a few people you might actually like allow a second or third conversation to like advance their thought a little bit. And I do feel like there's a lot more healing energy for you. There could be, with the Hierophant and the High Priestess especially, there may be a cleansing out of negative energy here for you. Because I feel like this couple is good. And this might be a good way to kind of remove some less desirable people. It's kind of like, instead of just saying, I don't like you anymore, I don't want to hang out with you anymore, just because you're just done with them, this is giving like that kind of moment, kind of like, well, I like this couple, they don't. I don't really want to hang out with them anyway, so this just kind of fits, so bye to them, and this kind of works for me. There seems to be some type of division. You might be cleansing out some negative people. I feel like it's very freeing, and you got a lot better. Things go a lot better for you after this. Things are a lot better socially for you. Is there something I don't know. I feel like you have to get there. It feels good. And it's kind of like I've gotten rid of some things that are long overdue. Ooh, the Death card. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And the Ace of Swords. You might be bringing forth an ending here. In a good way, and starting something new. The Death card is an ending and a beginning. Something completely fresh. And you might be getting rid of some bad energy to allow some new, fresh energy to flourish. It reminds me of weeding a garden, and you have some plants that are just strangling out other plants. I want to say like there's a certain walnut tree that when it takes over, it kind of strangles out the other trees. But if you kind of pull out those walnut trees, it allows the other ones that you rather have to flourish. A certain type of walnut tree or something. I feel like that's where this is going. It's a process. It's going to be like, I feel like it's an average of 6 to 8 months for this process to take place. But I do feel like I feel a lot more freed on the other side of it. I feel more like when I'm hanging out with people, whoever these people are, I feel like I'm enjoying life more. Is life perfect every day? Obviously not. That's just not realistic. But there's more good days than bad days. So for example, if you take whatever life is now, you have X amount of good days, X amount of bad days. You have a substantially more good days after this. Substantially more. Like I would say it's weighed heavy in good days more than bad days from this point forward when this change takes effect. It's weighed heavy in good days. I don't think that's a bad thing. I feel like I've had this conversation with somebody else before. I don't think life is metered out like you have to have half good, half bad. I don't think that's how it is. Bad things happen, but you don't have to live in it. You can have more good days than bad days. Your life is allowed to be that way. Bad things will happen every now and then, but I feel like this is the energy that's going to help you enjoy what you can enjoy, and when things go bad, they'll help you pull out of it. It's that type of energy. I feel like it's a very positive connection. Kind of like, yeah, things happen, but we don't have to live in that bad stuff any more than possible. Sometimes you got to grieve it, and that's true, and it's going to take its process, but we don't have to live our whole life like constantly going through that process. Grieving happens here and there on its own terms, but the majority of life doesn't have to be a grieving process. I don't know where that's coming from, but that seems to be coming out for something. Anything else? All right, I'm going to shut that down there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.